Hello, and this is Sir Alexander with another Starcraft 2 battle report. This is with some other RPG.netters, which are the games that I'm casting from the tournament right now. The tournament game should hopefully be uploaded soon. This is Ice Shadow, myself, and Moon Shadow against three other so-called Iron Rend and Finance. Finance. Okay, so I'm probably not going to use their names for the rest of the cast. This is just casting some 3v3 strats. I'm going to speed this up. This is what I call the feed me strat. So this is me, and what I'm going to be doing is building no military units really for the entire game, and just going to be fast expanding and taking as many expansions as I can, and then feeding the other two players. Ice Shadow is a diamond player, and Moon Shadow is a platinum, I believe. So these two are pretty good at micro. This really only works if you have good micro players. If you're playing in the copper, if you're playing with two copper players, this is probably not a very good idea because they're not going to be able to deal with all the minerals that you're going to be dishing out. So I put up a racks. I put that up because I have to. I think I'll make a bunker or two, but otherwise, I'm just building SCVs, which I'm not building any at the moment because I just started my first command center, and I'm not going to be constantly building because, of course, in the early game, I have to donate a lot of resources to them so that they can keep in it. Because if you get rushed, 3v2, then you're probably going to lose. So right now, I put it on 8 speed because I like to get all my games off in one cast, and there's really nothing too interesting in the beginning because we're just macroing up. Not a lot going on. Spawning pool finished. Evo Chamber is researching attack upgrades. Over here, I think he's going for a standard 4-gate. We do have a robotics bait coming in, so doubtless Colossus will be produced soon. Over here on their side, standard Terran play. Marines, Marauders, tanks. So it looks like our opponents are Terran, and Terran. Too bad they didn't try a triple planetary fortress rush. So we do have some Zergling harass going to move up here. Or maybe just scouting to make sure that they don't have their expansions. So I do have my first expansion setting up, and immediately I'm building my second expansion, and will soon be building my third. So I'm going to switch this over to the income tab, and very soon you will see that I will be out resourcing everyone just by miles. So I came up here, and I'll be setting up my next expansion here soon. I'm going to speed this up again. And so you will just see some mass attacks in this game as we will just brutally overpower and outmuscle them with so many resources. As you can see, they're all one-basing it. He's getting his expansion, and doubtless both of these expansions will be soon taken by his allies. It looks like these Zerglings are going to push up here and try and test this front wall. Looks like they're going to get some damage in on that supply depot. Might even set it on fire. It is on fire and will get taken down. Of course, they don't have near enough to stop those Marines, but he did put a hole in that wall, which is nice. It looks like a lot of Stalkers moving across the map with backup of a Colossus, as Ice Shadow is already receiving all of those resources that I am donating him. I'm the light blue, and right now I am resourcing the most, even though I have less SCVs than everybody else. This isn't quite saturated yet. Though, okay, we did see, a fight here. This Colossus does outrange them, though, so he just backed up and started outranging them. 2 shots taken by that siege tank. Good thing he backed up. That siege tank would have killed him in one more shot. I have taken this expansion, and it will soon be producing SCVs. And I have just built this expansion. It'll lift off and move to its proper position soon. More tanks and Marines coming up to guard this ground so this expansion doesn't get neutralized. And so right now we can see that Ice Shadow is placing a proxy pylon and just trying to keep up with all the resources that I'm donating him. So there goes down 4 gateways. He's probably not used to having a player who does nothing but donate him resources. So it's very difficult to keep up, and that's what I told him several times. Just build a lot of production facilities because I will be donating you so many resources when this kicks in. So as you can see, this expansion is being saturated. This one is producing SCVs. I'm taking this expansion, and this one is producing SCVs as well. Of course, I can call down mules. This is going to be my first expansion to be neutralized. I was just upgrading it to Planetary Fortress, so I'm going to cancel Planetary Orbital Command, so I'm going to cancel that and try and run with it. Not sure if I'm going to make it. Looks like these guys are falling back to the main base so we don't get hit. And it will get set on fire and doubtless be taken down. And there we go, kablooey. It gets smashed and falls into that bottomless pit there. So this one is being saturated. This one is fully saturated. My main is fully saturated, and of course, with all of these orbital commands, I can just drop mules like mad. This one is producing, and oh wow, all those siege tanks focus down those Colossus. Oh, well, that's interesting. So you must have two sets of rocks here, and when you can destroy one, you get a little ramp. So there is a this thingy, whatever that is, sensor tower put up. I'm sorry, I'm really bad with the names. I do actually play the game though. So this base is up and running. This one's mining, and as you can see, I'm getting 28 per minute. And the next person is somebody else who's on my team, which is Moonshadow, who is dual basing it as Zerg. And of course, you know, the Zerg are very good at harvesting because their units are weaker, so they have to keep up with everybody else. So they do have a very nice wall in here. That's a very thick wall in, except for this little area here. But of course, with Colossus, wall-ins are really void because they can just outrange everybody. So lining in just inside of the sensor tower. Not sure if that's a strategy or not, but or just a mistake. Anyway, so I'm putting up some more supply depots because I'm trying not to get supply blocked here with all of my SCVs. Gonna speed this up again as there's not too much action. We're just massing up here. Looks like a little bit of harassment coming in. Medevacs. I think somebody scouted this though. I think we scouted this. I'm not sure. Anyways, these medevacs will come in, drop down, see that dark shrine. There we go. I think I scouted it, and so I pinged it, so he warped in some units. But of course, he's gonna go for me because I'm the weak one. But I have a bunker here. A whole bunch of Reapers get dropped in, but my SCVs are going to run. But I will get taken down. Not a lot of good micro going on here with this guy. And of course they will all be taken down. And hopefully I'll get to refinery before it. Yes, the refinery will be repaired. Let me slow this down again. Looks like these guys are getting ready to make a push here. He has Stalkers, which can blink, and then Colossus, which can walk up and down cliffs. All these Zerglings running up here to make sure they don't have this expansion. This expansion is being fully saturated. This one is fully saturated. My main is still not mined out yet and is producing SCVs. Once again, this one is producing SCVs. Actually, that's upgrading to an orbital command, as is this one. And as you can see, they are pushing in here, and I am getting so many resources, and I am donating them so many resources, because I'm not just using all this to build. Look at how many resources I'm getting per minute. I'm not just in reinvesting that. I'm donating like mad, which is why he is going to be completely out muscling them. I should have had him up the whole time so you could see it jump, because I'm donating, 1,000 resources at a time sometimes. And so now he's going to be muscling his way in there. And looks like he's already taken out a lot of their army, the whole mob of siege tanks here, which will begin pounding away at those stalkers. And of course he does have 3 Thors there. Thought that was a nuke, but no nukes. So these guys will be pressing in, but of course all of those siege tanks are going to be working away at these stalkers. He does have 4 Colossus though. Colossus cannot shoot those siege tanks though, because they do have siege range, and they will be taken down very easily. The Zerg is massing up here and will be soon moving across the map. And of course he does have all these Zerglings camping over here to make sure he doesn't get the gold. That's a lot of tanks. Elsewhere, these Zerglings are going to run by in here and probably attack an expansion or try and take something, do some harass in here. And here we go, he'll probably be attacking this expansion, which will get completely neutralized. But no, he goes to the guy who's watching the tower. There he goes, now he goes back at it. Looks like Overlords, massing up over there so they don't get killed. That goes down, and the supply depots will soon follow. Observer in the mix, and many, many more stalkers coming in for the Protoss player with all of those resources that I'm donating him. Okay, I would just like to point out that I'm harvesting 4,000 resources a minute. I have almost 100 harvesters. These Banshees will come in and run those off, but of course get taken down by the stalkers, gets cloaked. And, he asked for a scan there, so I'm trying to, there we go, I scanned. Wow, terrible scan placement. Sorry about that. but I am taking this expansion. I have this expansion up and mining. I have this expansion up and mining. I have this expansion up and muled up and mining. This expansion is mining, and my main is being mined out. I have another command center being built here to take the gold. So we are just out resourcing them so bad. Mass infestors coming in, and finally the giant hydralisk army coming in. So I'm just going to pause this here for a second. I want you to appreciate this. I'm harvesting almost 4,000 a second. A minute. He's harvesting 1,000 a minute, and he's harvesting 720 a minute. They've got 460, 300, and 740, so you can see who's going to win this fight. This is what this is what the feed me strategy does. You have to have a Terran player who gets all orbital commands. Look at all of these orbital commands. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 orbital commands with 2 more going up. I can drop so many mules, and I'm harvesting like mad and donating so many resources to these guys. And of course, I'm just donating so mad they can't even keep up with it. Look at it. He's got 7,500 crystals, and he is running on, what is this, 8 gateways? 8 gateways and 4 robotics bay. Of course, he's not producing anything at the moment, but I mean, he can't even keep up with this. He's got hatcheries just spammed around in his base because he can't possibly keep up with all of the resources that I'm giving with him. Look, they have an army so outmassing them, and they still have 7,000 and 7,000 in the bank. This is what doing this does for you. I think I built 4 military units the entire game. The feed me strategy is so powerful if the enemy doesn't rush you. Hope you enjoyed this, and hope you all try this on some of your maps. This is Sir Alexander signing out.